If you grew up feeling like the odd one out in your own family, this message is for you. Maybe you were labeled as too emotional, too stubborn, too intense, or too different. Somehow, no matter what went wrong, the finger always pointed at you. But here's the truth most people never hear. In unhealthy family systems, the one who gets blamed is often the only one who's actually awake. You weren't rejected because something was wrong with you. You were rejected because you disrupted the illusion. Psychology has a name for people like you, but biology has another. You weren't a mistake. You were the one designed to interrupt the pattern. And if you spent years wondering why you never fit in, why being yourself always came with consequences, it's because your mind and nervous system adapted in rare ways that most people will never develop. Before we talk about your strengths, we need to understand what shaped them. Being the outsider in a family isn't just about being different. It's about being inconvenient. Families, especially dysfunctional ones, don't prioritize truth. They prioritize stability. Not healthy stability, predictability. Think of a family like a fragile structure held together by unspoken rules. Don't ask questions. Don't talk about feelings. Don't challenge authority. Don't expose what hurts. When you came along, with your sensitivity, your curiosity, your refusal to pretend, you threatened that structure. So the system did what systems always do when they feel exposed. But it chose someone to carry the blame. You became the emotional landfill, the place where everyone else dumped what they didn't want to face. This left scars, deep ones, feelings of isolation, chronic self-doubt, a sense that love was conditional. But it also forced your brain to evolve differently. You didn't learn how to obey, you learned how to see, and that's where your rare gifts begin. Gift 1. You have zero tolerance for false reality. In many homes, there's an agreement that everyone pretends. Nothing is wrong. Someone is hurting. Someone is angry. Someone is silent. But no one names it. Most children survive by disconnecting from what they see. They accept the lie because belonging depends on it. You couldn't. Your nervous system reacts to dishonesty like an allergy. When something doesn't add up, your body knows before your mind does. As an adult, this makes you impossible to gaslight. You sense manipulation in conversations others find normal. You recognize emotional games instantly. You don't just hear words. You feel the truth behind them. That sensitivity leads directly to your next ability. Gift 2. You carry the unfinished emotional work of your lineage. Modern research shows that trauma doesn't disappear, it gets passed down. Stress responses, fear patterns, survival behaviors. Most people inherit them and continue the cycle. You didn't. You became the one who said, consciously or not, this ends here. You are the one drawn to therapy, self-reflection, and healing. The one who feels emotions others avoid. The one who tries to understand instead of suppress. You're not weak for feeling so deeply. You're processing what generations before you couldn't. That weight you've carried, it wasn't random. Which leads to your third gift. Gift 3. Heightened emotional and sensory intelligence. You were probably told you were too sensitive. But what that really means is that your nervous system gathers more information than average. You notice shifts in tone, changes in mood. The moment energy in a room turns. In a chaotic environment, this was exhausting. You absorbed everyone's emotions just to stay safe. But now, it's a gift. You can read people without them speaking. You understand emotions before they're explained. This makes you a powerful healer, communicator, and guide. Sensitivity doesn't mean fragile. It often produces something stronger. Gift 4. An unshakable response to injustice. You know what? It feels like to be powerless. Be misunderstood. Be silenced. When you see someone else being treated unfairly, your body reacts. You don't tolerate bullying, hypocrisy, or abuse of power. Even when it costs you comfort, you're the one who speaks up when others stay quiet. The one who steps in when something feels wrong. Your moral compass isn't theoretical, it's lived. And because of this, you often become something you never asked to be. Gift 5. The accidental leader. You don't lead because you crave control. You lead because you can't ignore better paths when you see them. You're not afraid of standing alone because you already have. You don't need approval to trust your judgment. People sense this. They follow you not because you demand it, but because you're real. This independence also sharpened another skill. Gift 6. You read intentions, not promises. You learned early that words don't always match actions, that affection can hide control, that kindness can come with conditions. Oh, you became a pattern reader. You trust behavior, not explanations. Consistency, not charm. You may be slow to trust, but when you do, it's intentional. This discernment often pushes you towards solitude, which brings us to the next strength. Gift 7. You are comfortable being alone. While others panic in silence, you find clarity there. You built an inner world because the outer one didn't feel safe. Solitude became a laboratory, a place to think, imagine, question, and grow. You don't disappear when no one is watching. You deepen. And in that depth, you develop curiosity that never shuts off. Gift 8. You are a lifelong seeker. You question belief systems. You explore psychology, philosophy, spirituality, meaning. Because what you were given never explained what you felt. You refuse to accept shallow answers to deep pain. Your suffering expanded your awareness. Comfort would have kept you asleep, which leads to one of your most magnetic traits. Gift 9. Radical honesty. At some point, you stopped trying to perform for people who misunderstood you anyway. You value depth over popularity, truth over approval. You don't do surface-level connections. You do real. And because of that, you attract others who are done pretending. Finally, the gift that holds all the others together. Gift 10. You heal because you've been there. You don't offer empty advice. You offer understanding. You sit with people in their pain because you know the way through it. Your compassion isn't theoretical, it's earned. You are proof that suffering doesn't have to destroy, it can transform. They called you the black sheep because you wouldn't blend in. But sheep follow. You were never meant to. You were the one sent ahead to see what others refused to look at. The one who broke the pattern by refusing to carry it forward. You didn't damage the family. You exposed the damage. And that takes courage most people never develop. If you recognize yourself in this, if you know you're the one who ended the cycle, leave a heart or a star in the comments. Not for validation, but to remind each other you were never alone.